This footballer went through a depression due to receiving so much criticism. He dubbed himself the Shark after receiving psychological help. And today, more than ever, he is in the fight for survival. His message is clear and concise. Nothing and no one can defeat me. But sometimes being so positive can backfire, as you may not focus on what you really need to do, which is playing football. You are more focused on silencing critics, and that is his big problem. This is the story of Ferran Torres, the player who dubbed himself the Shark. My name is Leo Salinas. Get ready to witness a new football story. Let's begin. Ferran Torres was born in Foyos, Spain, on February 29, 2000. Foyos is a small village in the province of Valencia, with approximately 8,000 inhabitants. Ferran grew up in this town with his family. When he was a child, his father started taking him to Valencia's matches, a historic team in the Spanish league. It was here that he completely fell in love with the team, becoming a devoted fan. At the age of 6, Ferran joined Valencia's youth academy, where he learned all the fundamentals of the game. He began to stand out in Valencia's youth teams, and his role model was David Villa, a Spanish legend who was an idol at Valencia and later at Barcelona, playing a crucial role in Spain's World Cup victory. Ferran tried to emulate Villa's plays and aspired to become like him someday. Ferran was known for being a calm and responsible young man. His thoughts were focused on going to school and then playing football. This reflected in his Twitter account, where he often shared motivational quotes, highlighting an important one. It doesn't matter how many times you fall, but how many times you get up. Years passed, and soon Ferran was able to debut with Valencia Mestalla, the reserve team of Valencia in the Spanish Second Division. He solidified his place in this team to the point of being called up to the Spanish U17 national team. He played in the UEFA U17 European Championship as an undisputed starter, helping the team clinch the title by defeating England in a penalty shootout. In that same year, he would participate in the U17 World Cup in India, scoring a goal in the quarterfinals against Iran and another goal in the semi-finals against Mali. However, this time, they would lose the final to the same opponent, the English national team. Valencia was convinced of his talent, and they sent a statement to Ferran. "You will debut with the first team in the upcoming season." Ferran made his debut with Valencia's first team in a Copa del Rey match against Zaragoza, where he provided an assist in a 4-1 victory. 15 days later, he debuted in the league against Eibar, and in that season, he played a total of 16 matches, contributing with 2 assists. Ferran scored his first goal for Valencia in the Copa del Rey against Sporting de Gijón. And in the next league match, he netted his first goal against Celta de Vigo. One of his most crucial goals came against Girona, where he scored the 2-3 in the last minute, securing the victory. In the 2019-20 season, Ferran played 44 matches, becoming an indispensable part of the team. He scored 6 goals and provided 8 assists in all competitions. Contract renewal negotiations with Valencia became complicated, and they couldn't reach an agreement. This is when Pep Guardiola seized the opportunity to convince the young Valencian player. Ferran arrived at Manchester City in a €33.5 million transfer. It was time to stand out in the Premier League. He made his Premier League debut in a match against Wolves, where they won 1-3. 9 days later, he scored his first goal for the English team in a League Cup match against Burnley. This year marked Ferran's peak performance. He was in an incredible form and brimming with confidence. This was the Spanish player's breakthrough. Ferran started to stand out with Manchester City. In his first season with the English team, he played 36 matches, scoring 13 goals and providing 3 assists. He notably achieved a hat-trick against Newcastle in the Premier League, a match they won 3-4. Ferran played as a right winger, but could also perform on the left, and even as a centre forward. He secured his first major title, winning the Premier League with City. In addition to this, Ferran made his debut for the senior Spain national team in a match against Germany, Spain versus Germany, in the Nations League. They faced Germany twice in this competition, and in the second match, Ferran delivered an impressive performance, scoring a hat-trick against the German side and winning the game with a resounding 6-0 victory. This performance led him to participate in the 2020 Euro Cup. Ferran was an undisputed starter and scored 2 goals in the tournament, one against Slovakia in the group stage, and another in the round of 16 against Croatia. They ultimately lost to Italy in the semi-finals, but someone was closely monitoring him from Qatar. Ferran started the 21-22 season with full confidence, standing out as a team player, a fast player with good ability to connect with teammates, but excelling particularly in offensive movements. He easily positioned himself and frequently scored goals. In November 2021, Ronald Koeman was sacked from Barcelona, and the legendary Barcelona figure Xavi Hernandez took over. Xavi wanted some signings for the winter transfer market, but he was clear about his top priority, the signing that had to happen no matter what: Ferran Torres. Ferran joined Barcelona in a €55 million transfer. Now was the time to establish himself. Ferran started on the right foot by scoring a goal in his second match, a great goal against Athletic Bilbao. The first months for Ferran were quite decent. He, along with the signings of Aubameyang, Adama Traoré and Dani Alves, changed Barcelona's fortunes. But it's true that Ferran used to be a player who missed many opportunities. He scored against Napoli in the Europa League, but missed several chances in that game. However, it was noteworthy that if Ferran missed opportunities, it was because he created them himself. He scored a goal and provided an assist in his first League Clásico, a match they won 4-0. Undoubtedly, Ferran had been a valuable addition, scoring 7 goals in the season and contributing to 13 goals when including assists. But in the next season, everything would change. The following year for Ferran was quite challenging. He lost his starting position and entered a very negative dynamic. He missed many opportunities and began to lose confidence. The Barca fans are unforgiving and often attack their players if they do not perform well. This affected him greatly, along with media criticism. Nevertheless, he managed to play in his first World Cup in Qatar 2022, scoring a brace in the opening match against Costa Rica, but they would exit in the round of 16. At least on a collective level, he enjoyed success by winning the Spanish Super Cup and also clinching the Spanish League title. However, he was undoubtedly not delivering the expected performance. People on social media started calling him Mistakes Torres. But this is where the true personality of a footballer is revealed. Ferran had to undergo a mindset change. Something had to be done to reverse the situation. It wasn't just a tough moment in his sporting career. He also ended his relationship with Sira Martinez, Luis Enrique's daughter. At this point, rumors about Ferran's possible sale started circulating. Xavi had a conversation with him, and Ferran made a promise to give his 100%, and Xavi trusted him. This is when the Shark was born. Ferran made a radical turnaround in his life, training with high intensity with one goal, to return to his best level. In an interview, he declared, "Mentally, I am like a bull and no one can defeat me." In his social media posts, he referred to himself as the Shark, which started going viral among Barca fans. Ferran began scoring in Barcelona's pre-season matches and continued in the first league game against Cadiz and also against Villarreal. With the Spanish national team, he scored a brace, tallying 4 goals in less than 90 minutes. He celebrated by pointing to his head, similar to Rashford's celebration. In the league match against Betis, he scored a free kick goal, the first since Messi's, more than 2 years prior. Ferran left the field applauded by the fans. Everyone was on board with the Shark movement. He had turned the situation around, becoming the team's most charismatic player. In the end, as Ferran himself said on his Twitter account when he was a child, "It doesn't matter how many times you fall, but how many times you get up." As of today, Ferran has yet to fully consolidate. He continues to be heavily criticized by a significant portion of the fans. For some, he simply doesn't meet the Barca standard. After so much criticism, it seems he lost confidence in himself. It's unclear if Ferran's days are numbered at Barca, but if so, he has one last mission: to give his best effort, as one who tries never fails. And with that said, this was the story of Ferran Torres.